Your business was thriving. Money was flowing. Clients were happy. And then, everything changed. Deals started falling through for no reason. Equipment kept breaking down. Your best employees quit out of nowhere. Money started disappearing faster than you could track it. You've tried everything. New strategies. Better marketing. Longer hours. Nothing works. Here's what nobody tells you: sometimes, your business problems aren't just business problems. Sometimes, there's something darker happening behind the scenes. I'm about to show you 7 undeniable signs that your business is under spiritual attack. And if you recognize even 3 of these signs, you need to pay very close attention to what comes next. Because sign number 3 is the one most people ignore until it's too late. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, let me be clear about something. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to open your eyes to a reality that successful people throughout history have understood but modern society tries to ignore. There is a spiritual dimension to success. Your ancestors knew this. Ancient civilizations knew this. Every major religion acknowledges this. But somewhere along the way, we started believing that success is only about hard work, talent, and strategy. It's not. Behind every successful business, there's spiritual protection. And behind every mysteriously failing business, there's often spiritual interference. Now, I know some of you are skeptical. That's fine. But ask yourself this: have you ever watched someone less talented, less hardworking, and less qualified than you succeed while you struggle? Have you ever had everything going right, and then suddenly, everything falls apart for no logical reason? That's not always coincidence. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 signs that something spiritual is working against your business. Some of these will surprise you. Some will make you uncomfortable. But all of them are based on patterns that successful entrepreneurs and spiritual teachers have recognized for thousands of years. So let's jump into sign number 1. Sign number 1, unexplained financial leaks. Sign number 1, money keeps disappearing and you can't figure out where it's going. Now, I'm not talking about bad money management. I'm talking about something different. You track every expense. You have a budget. You're careful with your spending. But somehow, at the end of every month, there's less money than there should be. Here's what this looks like in real life. You make a good sale, and then immediately, something breaks that costs exactly the same amount. Your car needs repairs. Your computer crashes. A client suddenly can't pay. The pattern repeats over and over. Or you notice that money comes in easily but never stays. It's like your business bank account has a hole in it. No matter how much you earn, you're always struggling. This is called a financial blockage in spiritual terms. And it's one of the clearest signs of spiritual interference. Listen, successful businesses have what's called money flow. Money comes in, and yes, some goes out for expenses, but there's always growth. There's always accumulation. When you're under spiritual attack, that flow gets disrupted. Money comes in and immediately gets diverted somewhere else. Here's the thing that makes this even more frustrating. You'll see competitors who are less organized than you, less professional than you, making more money and keeping it. Meanwhile, you're working twice as hard and barely surviving. That's not normal market competition. That's spiritual interference. Now, before you panic, write this down: recognition is the first step to protection. If you're recognizing this pattern, you're already ahead of most people. But this isn't even the most obvious sign. Let's move to sign number 2, and this one affects almost every business under spiritual attack. Sign number 2, sudden loss of good clients. Sign number 2, your loyal clients suddenly leave for no good reason. This one is painful. And it's one of the clearest indicators that something spiritual is happening. You've built great relationships. Your clients love your work. They've been with you for months, maybe years. You deliver quality every single time. And then, out of nowhere, they're gone. No warning. No complaints. Sometimes they don't even give you a reason. They just stop responding to your calls and emails. Or they give you a weird, vague excuse that doesn't make sense. And here's the kicker, sometimes they'll go to your competitor who offers lower quality at a higher price. That makes absolutely no logical sense, right? But here's what's really happening on a spiritual level. When your business is under attack, there's a force that works to isolate you. It creates confusion in the minds of your clients. It plants seeds of doubt. It makes them feel uncomfortable working with you for reasons they can't even explain. I've seen this happen to businesses where everything was perfect. The service was excellent. The pricing was fair. The relationship was strong. And then, suddenly, multiple good clients leave within a short period of time. One client leaving. That's business. Two clients. Could be coincidence. But when you see a pattern of good clients suddenly leaving around the same time, and you can't logically explain it, pay attention. This is especially true when you notice they're being replaced by difficult clients. Clients who complain constantly, pay late, or drain your energy. That's not random. That's a spiritual attack designed to frustrate you and make you want to quit. Now, here's something important. This doesn't mean every client who leaves is a sign of spiritual attack. People's needs change. Budgets change. That's normal business. What I'm talking about is a sudden, unexplained pattern that doesn't match the quality of your work. If this is happening to you right now, I want you to take a deep breath. Because we're going to talk about protection strategies at the end of this video. But first, you need to understand all 7 signs. And sign number 3. This is the one that most people ignore until their business completely collapses. Stay with me. Sign number 3, technology and equipment constantly breaking. Sign number 3. Your technology and equipment break down constantly, and it always happens at the worst possible time. This is the sign most people dismiss as bad luck. But here's the truth, when the same types of problems keep happening over and over, it's not luck. It's a pattern. Let me paint a picture for you. You have an important client presentation. Your computer crashes. You get it fixed. Next important meeting. Your internet goes out. You upgrade your internet. The following week. Your phone dies right before a crucial business call. Or maybe it's your physical equipment. Your printer only breaks when you need to print important contracts. Your car only has problems when you're heading to networking events. Your point-of-sale system glitches during your busiest hours. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, but technology breaks. That's normal. And you're right. Technology does break. But here's what's not normal. When it breaks consistently at critical business moments. When you replace it and the new equipment has the same problems. When other people can use the same equipment fine, but when you touch it, it malfunctions. This is what spiritual teachers call energetic interference. There's a disruption in the energy field around your business that affects electronic devices and equipment. Here's something fascinating. Throughout history, spiritual practitioners have noted that negative spiritual energy interferes with anything that carries electrical current. Your computer, your phone, your car's electrical system, all of these are vulnerable. And if you're under spiritual attack, this energy specifically targets the tools you need for success. I worked with an entrepreneur once who went through 4 laptops in 6 months. 4. Each one had a different bizarre problem. The technicians couldn't explain it. But as soon as we addressed the spiritual attack and put protection in place, the problems stopped. The 5th laptop still works perfectly 3 years later. Coincidence? Maybe. But when you hear the same story from hundreds of business owners, you start to see the pattern. So if your business has been experiencing constant, unexplained technical problems, especially at crucial moments, don't just call tech support. Consider that there might be something deeper happening. Now let's talk about sign number 4, and this one affects your most valuable asset, your team. Sign number 4, unusual employee problems. Sign number 4. Your employees suddenly start having unusual problems, conflicts, or health issues. This sign is subtle, but it's incredibly revealing. Pay close attention. You hired good people. They were positive, hardworking, and got along well. But suddenly, everything changes. Maybe they start fighting with each other over nothing. Small disagreements turn into major conflicts. People who were friends now won't speak to each other. The workplace energy feels heavy and toxic. Or maybe you notice something else: your employees start getting sick more often. Not just one person, multiple people. Or they start having personal crises. Car accidents. Family emergencies. Financial problems. All around the same time. Now, before you think I'm being insensitive, let me be clear: people do get sick. People do have real crises. I'm not dismissing that. What I'm talking about is a pattern. When multiple good employees suddenly experience problems simultaneously, and it all started after your business reached a certain level of success, that's a red flag. Here's what's happening spiritually: when your business is under attack, the negative energy doesn't just target you. It targets everyone connected to your business. Your employees become collateral damage. The goal: to create chaos. To slow you down. To make you spend your time managing drama instead of growing your business. I've seen businesses where the owner was spiritually protected, but they didn't protect their workspace or their team. The result? Constant turnover. Good employees would join, work for a few weeks or months, and then suddenly quit. Some couldn't even explain why. They just felt like they needed to leave. One business owner told me she went through 15 employees in 1 year. 15. And here's the crazy part: those same employees went on to succeed in other jobs. It wasn't the employees. It was the spiritual environment of that specific business. Another pattern to watch for. Employees who were positive and motivated suddenly become negative and unmotivated. They start complaining about everything. They spread gossip. They create division. Sometimes this is just bad hiring. But when you see a pattern of good people turning negative after joining your business, consider the spiritual environment. Here's the truth: your business has an energy field, just like a person does. And when that field is under attack, everyone who steps into it feels the effects. So if you've been blaming yourself for bad hiring decisions, or if you're exhausted from constant employee drama, consider that the problem might not be your leadership. It might be that your business needs spiritual cleansing and protection. Now, let's move to sign number 5. And this one happens when you're not even at work. Sign number 5, dreams and nightmares about your business. Sign number 5, you have recurring disturbing dreams or nightmares about your business. This is where things get really interesting, because your dreams are showing you what's happening in the spiritual realm. Let me ask you, have you been having dreams where your business is failing? Where you're struggling, losing everything, or being attacked? Or maybe you dream about specific people, competitors, former business partners, or even people you don't recognize, and they're doing something harmful to you or your business. Some of you are dreaming about your business location, but in the dream, it's dark, dirty, or full of problems. Others are having dreams where you're stuck, trapped, or unable to move forward. You're trying to reach success, but something keeps blocking you. Now, here's what most people don't understand: dreams are not just random brain activity. In many spiritual traditions, dreams are considered a window into the spiritual realm. They show you what's happening beyond what your physical eyes can see. When you're under spiritual attack, your spirit knows it before your conscious mind does. And it tries to warn you through dreams. Pay attention to the patterns in your dreams. If you're constantly dreaming about business failure, that's a spiritual attack on your confidence and vision. If you're dreaming about specific people harming you, that could indicate who or what is behind the attack. If you're dreaming about darkness, closed doors, or blocked paths, that shows spiritual blockages in your business journey. Here's something powerful. Ancient business people and traders always paid attention to their dreams. Before making major business decisions, they would sleep on it, literally, and see what their dreams revealed. We've lost that wisdom in modern times. We dismiss dreams as meaningless. But your spirit is always trying to communicate with you, and dreams are one of the primary ways it does that. Now, not every bad dream means spiritual attack. Sometimes you're just stressed, and your brain is processing that stress. The key is patterns. Recurring dreams. Dreams that feel unusually real or disturbing. Dreams that stick with you long after you wake up. If you've been having these types of dreams about your business, don't ignore them. They're warnings. Your spirit is telling you to pay attention and take action. And speaking of your body trying to warn you, let's talk about sign number 6. Sign number 6, physical symptoms when working. Sign number 6, you experience unusual physical symptoms specifically when you're working on your business. This one is crucial because your body is an antenna for spiritual energy. When there's negative spiritual energy around your business, your body feels it. Here's what this looks like. You wake up feeling fine. But as soon as you enter your workplace or start working on your business, you develop a headache. A heavy, pressing feeling in your head or behind your eyes. Or maybe it's exhaustion. You slept well, you ate well, but when you start working, you suddenly feel drained. Completely exhausted for no physical reason. Some people experience chest tightness, difficulty breathing, or anxiety specifically related to their business. Not general anxiety, business-specific anxiety that doesn't match the actual circumstances. Others experience unexplained pain. Back pain. Shoulder pain. Stomach problems. And here's the strange part, medical tests show nothing wrong. Doctors can't explain it. But the pain is real. Now, I need to be very clear here, always rule out medical causes first. See a doctor. Get checked. Physical symptoms can have physical causes, and you need to address those. But if your doctor finds nothing wrong, and you notice that these symptoms only appear when you're working on your business, or they disappear when you take time off, that's significant. Here's what's happening, your body is responding to the negative spiritual energy around your business. Just like you can feel when you walk into a room where people were just arguing, the energy feels heavy. Your body can feel when your business is under spiritual attack. Some people are more sensitive than others. If you're naturally empathic or intuitive, you'll feel this more strongly. I've talked to business owners who said they started dreading going to work, not because they didn't love their business, but because they physically felt terrible every time they were there. The moment they left, the symptoms disappeared. One woman told me she thought she was developing a serious illness because she was constantly exhausted and getting headaches. Multiple doctor visits found nothing. Then she did a spiritual cleansing of her business space. The symptoms stopped within days. Another man experienced severe anxiety attacks, but only in his office. Not at home. Not anywhere else. Just his office. After spiritual protection measures, the anxiety disappeared. Your body knows what your mind doesn't want to accept, something is wrong energetically. So if you've been experiencing physical symptoms that don't have a medical explanation, and they're connected to your business, take that seriously. Your body is giving you a warning. Now, let's talk about the final sign. And this one can destroy your business faster than anything else. Sign number 7, sudden reputation attacks. Sign number 7, your reputation is suddenly under attack for no valid reason. This is the sign that can devastate a business overnight. And when it happens out of nowhere, it's often spiritual. Here's what this looks like. You've built a solid reputation. Your clients are happy. You deliver quality work. Your reviews are positive. And then, suddenly, you start getting negative reviews. But here's the thing, the complaints don't match reality. They're exaggerated, false, or from people you never even worked with. Or maybe it's gossip. Lies start spreading about you or your business. People you thought were neutral or friendly start saying negative things behind your back. Rumors circulate that aren't true. Sometimes it's more direct, A competitor or former business associate launches a campaign against you. They post on social media. They warn potential clients against working with you. They do everything they can to damage your reputation. Now, let me be clear, if you actually did something wrong, if you provided poor service, if you treated people badly, then negative feedback is deserved. That's not spiritual attack, that's consequences. What I'm talking about is different. This is when the attacks are disproportionate to any real issue. The attacks come from unexpected sources. Multiple attacks happen simultaneously. The negative energy feels coordinated, even if the attackers don't know each other. Your attempts to address the issues reasonably are ignored or twisted. Here's what's happening spiritually. Reputation attacks are often the final stage of a concentrated spiritual attack. The goal is to destroy your credibility so that even if your business survives, your ability to attract clients doesn't. In spiritual warfare, this is called character assassination. It's designed to make you give up. To make you feel like success isn't worth the fight. I've seen business owners with impeccable track records suddenly face false accusations. The accusations don't stick legally because they're not true, but the damage is done. People remember the accusation, not the vindication. One business owner I know had someone create fake social media accounts just to leave negative reviews. The reviews were clearly fake, they referenced services she didn't even offer. But they still damaged her reputation until she got them removed. Another entrepreneur discovered that a jealous competitor was telling potential clients lies about her business. Not just small exaggerations, complete fabrications. When confronted, the competitor denied it, but the damage was done. Here's the spiritual truth: success attracts attention, and not all of it is positive. When your business starts succeeding, you become a target for jealousy, envy, and even hatred from people you don't even know. And in the spiritual realm, those negative emotions have power. They can manifest as coordinated attacks on your reputation. So if you're experiencing this right now, understand, you're not imagining it. It's real. And it's a sign that your business is important enough to be attacked. But here's the good news: recognition is the first step to protection. And now that you've identified the signs, let's talk about what you need to do next. Okay, so you've recognized one or more of these signs in your business. Now what? First, don't panic. The fact that you're under spiritual attack means your business matters. It means you're on the path to success, and there are forces that want to stop you. But they can't, unless you give up. Here's what you need to do immediately. Step 1. Acknowledge what's happening. Stop dismissing these signs as coincidence or bad luck. Acknowledge that there's a spiritual component to your business struggles. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Successful people throughout history have understood this. Step 2. Cleanse your business space. Your physical business location holds energy. If you've been under attack, that space needs to be cleansed. Different traditions have different methods: burning sage, using prayer, sprinkling salt water. Find what aligns with your beliefs and do it. If you work from home, cleanse your workspace specifically. Don't let negative energy contaminate your personal space. Step 3. Establish spiritual protection. This is crucial. You need to create a protective barrier around your business. Again, different traditions have different methods. Some people use prayer and call on divine protection. Some use visualization techniques, imagining white light surrounding their business. Some place protective symbols in their workspace. Some work with spiritual advisors who specialize in business protection. Find what resonates with your belief system and implement it consistently. Protection isn't a one-time thing, it's an ongoing practice. Step 4. Cut off negative connections. If you know or suspect who is sending negative energy your way, cut the spiritual cord. This doesn't mean confronting them physically. It means energetically disconnecting from them. Forgive them if you can, not for their sake, but for yours. Forgiveness releases their hold on you. But also remove them from your life as much as possible. Unfollow on social media. Stop engaging. Protect your energy. Step 5. Strengthen your own spiritual foundation. You can't protect your business if you're spiritually weak. This means regular prayer or meditation, staying in positive, high-vibration energy, taking care of your physical health, surrounding yourself with positive people, being grateful daily. Your personal spiritual strength is your business's first line of defense. Step 6. Bless your business. Actively speak blessings over your business. Declare success. Declare protection. Declare prosperity. Words have power, and your words as the business owner have the most power over your business. Every morning, before you start work, speak positive declarations. Thank the universe or God or whatever higher power you believe in for your business's success. Act as if the protection is already in place, because faith activates spiritual power. Step 7. Get expert help if needed. If these attacks are severe, don't try to handle it alone. Just like you'd hire a lawyer for legal problems or an accountant for financial problems, sometimes you need spiritual help for spiritual problems. Find a trusted spiritual advisor, energy healer, or religious leader who understands business and spiritual warfare. Make sure they're legitimate. There are unfortunately scammers in this field. Ask for references. Trust your intuition. Now, here's something important. Taking these steps doesn't mean you stop doing practical business things. You still need good strategy, good marketing, good customer service. Spiritual protection enhances your practical efforts, it doesn't replace them. Think of it this way, you can have the best business plan in the world, but if you're spiritually under attack, that plan won't work like it should. Conversely, you can have all the spiritual protection in the world, but if your business plan is terrible, you'll still struggle. You need both. Practical excellence plus spiritual protection equals unstoppable success. One more thing, once you implement protection and your business starts recovering, stay vigilant. Spiritual attacks can come in cycles. Just because things get better doesn't mean you stop protecting yourself. Make spiritual protection a regular part of your business routine, just like checking your finances or responding to emails. Conclusion. Let me leave you with this truth. Your business is worth protecting. Not just financially and legally, but spiritually. You didn't start your business just to make money. You started it because you have a vision. You have something valuable to offer the world. You have a purpose. And anything valuable will face opposition. That's not a reason to be afraid, it's a reason to be empowered. Every successful business in history has had to overcome spiritual opposition. The difference between businesses that make it and businesses that don't isn't just talent or luck. It's whether the owner understood the spiritual dimension of success and took action. You now have the knowledge. You've identified the signs. You know what to do next. So the question is, what will you do with this information? Will you dismiss it and keep struggling? Or will you take action and protect what you've built? I already know your answer, because you watched this entire video. You're a fighter. You're someone who seeks solutions, not excuses. And that's exactly the kind of person who builds an empire that nothing, physical or spiritual, can destroy. Before you go, I want you to do something for me. In the comments below, just type, "I protect my business." That simple declaration sets a spiritual intention. It activates protection. And it lets me know you're taking this seriously. Also, if this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We post content like this weekly to help you build a spiritually protected, wildly successful business. And if you know another business owner who's been struggling with unexplained problems, share this video with them. You might be the answer to their prayers. You might save their business. Remember, you are not alone in this fight. You are protected. You are powerful. And your business is about to break through to levels of success that will shock everyone who doubted you. Now go take action. Protect your business. Claim your success. I'll see you in the next video.